Hey, Childcare Success Tools. This is Ashley Benz. Welcome to Wednesday. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. All right, so before we get started with today's Go Live video, let me make sure to do an audio and a video check and make sure that everything's working okay. I'm also going to go ahead and share this out with the community as well. So while we're doing that, we'll just have a little bit of a rambling session before we get started. Hi, Nikisha. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. I'll just kind of fill you guys in a little bit on kind of what's been going on with me personally while I am kind of getting this shared and making sure that we are A-okay. So I guess for starters, last week I actually took a full week off, and basically my calendar is scheduled this whole entire year for me to be able just to work 3 weeks out of the month and then take a week off. And I pretty much all I did, y'all, is clean. I organized the mainly in the kitchen. So I'm kind of starting there. But what I'm trying to do in my house is just completely like organize everything. Like I want every single thing to have a home, and so that's what I did. And I think we're good here. So I think let me make sure that we're okay. And also I can see on here, guys, excuse the lighting. I have a new camera and the lighting on this thing is just, it's not great. So I'm gonna have to change that out. But anyway, the main thing is you guys can hear and see me okay. So, so I cleaned and just really organized, the house and things like that. And then last Saturday, Nova, now 3-year-old, but she's 2, but she turned 3. So we had her birthday party. She loves Peppa Pig, and that's what we did. It was great. It was great just to have that time off. And so I just want to let you guys know that the one thing I love about, being an entrepreneur, having your own business is that you get to set the terms. You get to do that if you want to. And it's really all how you have it set up. And so that kind of leads me into exactly what we're going to be talking about today, which is we're going to be talking about actually setting up your childcare business, okay, to ensure that it's profiting. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let me go ahead and share this to my group really, really quickly, and then we'll get started. Okay. So I hope you guys have been having a great day. I hope that you are, I hope that your March has been going the way that you like it to go, and that all those good things. So let me go ahead and do this really quickly. And I know for some of you that are joining, that are watching the replay, you can just fast forward through this if you like to. But yeah, it was really, really nice. And, the one thing I loved about it is that I'm rejuvenated, I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to rock and roll for this month. So, all right. Facebook has really changed some things here. So I really want to get this shared out. And so anyway, like I said, it's really all about how you set things up in your business. Because how your business is set up determines pretty much how your life is set up, right? Because usually our businesses, or our lives, our lives, technically your life should be surrounded by your business, right? But usually it's the way around, where your business dictates kind of how you live and things like that. So, all right, well, I am not going to worry about sharing this off. Because like I said, Facebook has changed some things. So we're just going to get started. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are new to Childcare Success Tools, you're new to me, just let me kind of do, as I always do, my official introduction. So my name is Ashley Benz. I am a childcare business strategizer and mindset mentor. I am the founder and creator of Childcare Success Tools, which is the #1 online platform for childcare business management. And what I do is I help childcare owners be able to inject childcare business automation into their childcare programs or their childcare business if you're running one out of your home. And I also help those that are trying to get started. I help them, get their childcare business up and running. And then we do exactly the same thing. We inject childcare business automation into your childcare program. So that's what I do. What qualifies me to do that is that I actually owned, ran, operated, and directed a childcare business for 10 years. And what I did is I actually ran a childcare business two different ways. The first way that I ran it was without automation, without childcare business automation. And the second way that I ran it was with childcare business automation. And so it's just childcare business automation changed my life. It literally changed my life. It literally changed everything about how I ran my daycare center, and just everything else trickled from that. The money, enrollment, staffing, everything trickled from that. And so, hey, Denisha, I'm glad you're joining. Can you do me a favor? Can you share this off to the group? Denisha is my virtual assistant, you guys. So if you can share this off to the group and just let them know to join me live here, that'd be awesome. So anyway, you guys, so with that being said, I've ran it both different ways, and I'm going to let you know up front that the best way that you need to be running your childcare business is with childcare business automation, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into money. This is March, and I just thought, hey, we're going to march into money. That's what we're going to do this month. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lead you into just helping you ensure that you're profiting in your childcare business. So what we're going to talk about is 3 ways to determine if your childcare business is actually set up to profit. And so before we jump into that topic, I would love for you to be able to like, share, and just invite you to like, share, and love this video. Be sure that if you know of any other childcare owners, if you know of any friends or anybody that you can think of that this would be beneficial to, be sure to share this off with them, okay? And let them know about this. This is a topic that we don't talk about a lot in the childcare business industry, is money, is profiting. And I think that over the years, I feel like it's been a little bit taboo to talk about it, just because we feel that, and I know I was the same way, I'm here for the children. Like, my passion is children. I'm not in it for the money. And unfortunately, I had that mentality when I first got started, which is kind of why it was hard for me to run my business, I just wasn't happy. And the reason why is because, we are made to work. We are made to produce. Okay. You guys that know me know that, I'm a God girl. So a lot of the things that I learn about business and life and all that comes from the Bible. I feel that God he designed man to work, right? And so he designed man, though, to also not only work, but to produce and to, to get results and to, to reap from what we have sowed. And so with that being said, a lot of the times that mentality, just thinking, that, well, I'm just in it for the kids, I'm not in it for the money. A lot of times you're lying to yourself if that is how you think. The reason why is because of the way that we are designed. You got to make money. Why? Because you got to live, right? You have to live. You have a personal life. You have things that you want to, dreams and goals that are not solely attached to your childcare business. And, the only way to be able to do that is that you have to be able to make money. It's just part of it. Your childcare business has to make money. You have to be pulling money into your business, A, to, just to maintain it, but B, to put money back into it so that you can ensure that quality for the children. So, whether we like to talk about it or not, it just has to be talked about. So with that being said, let's jump into the 3 ways to determine if your childcare business is set up to profit. So the first thing that we have to understand is that we have to understand what is profit. Okay. And I actually, you'd be surprised. I get this question asked a lot, especially when, for those that are like enrolled in my academy or those that I'm working with in my mastermind, my one-on-one program. A lot of people don't even know what it means to profit. There's a confusion there as far as what that means. And so, I thought, well, before we jump into anything, let me make sure that we understand what profit is, right? So profit, now, I'm going to read this off because the definition of profit it makes a lot of sense, right? But I want to read it off to you. So profit is when the amount of revenue gained from a business activity exceeds the expenses, costs, and taxes needed to sustain the activity. Any profit gain goes to the business owner. So that's what profit is. Hey, Deidre, come on in. We are talking about money, honey. So that's what profit is. So let me read this one more time. It's when the amount of revenue, okay, so that's the money that you get that comes into your business, gained from a business activity, exceeds the expenses. So when the amount that comes in, the amount that you get from your families and things like that, it exceeds your expenses. It exceeds your costs, what it costs you to run your childcare program, and it exceeds your taxes as well. So any payroll taxes or any taxes that you have that are acquired from running your childcare business, and it exceeds those things needed to sustain the activity, then this is profit. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, profit is what is left over after everything is paid. That's it. After the lights are paid, after the kids, everything that they need have been taken care of, after you get a paycheck. That is profit. A lot of people will think that, profit is what I get paid. Yes and no. And I like to really just say no. The reason why is because if you're taking all of your profits to pay yourself, then the business is not really profiting because there's nothing that gets put back into the business. So profit is literally after everything is paid, including yourself. Okay, whatever's left in the bank, that's your profit. So how do you know if your childcare business is actually set up to do that? How do you know that it's set up to actually leave, to be able to pay you and to leave money in the bank? Number one is that you have to have a monthly budget plan that shows that you will actually profit if you do these things, right? If I, have these certain amount of children enrolled, if I, my expenses are this amount of money every single month, then I'm going to profit. And so you have to have a monthly budget that says that. That's one way to know if your childcare business is set up to profit. And see, the thing about it is that, anything that you do in your business that's going to be successful, you have to set it up for that, right? When you open up a business, it's like you have a blank canvas, okay? There's nothing there. It's like an empty shell. And so it is your job as the business owner, as the entrepreneur, to actually set that up to do whatever it is that you want to do. So we get that when it comes to the kids. We know, okay, you do that, right? You set up your classroom, right? Why do you set up a classroom? How come you just don't have it where kids just come in and just sit on the floor? Why is that? How come you just don't have it where kids just come in and there's no toys for them to play with? Why did you actually set that up? Why? Because you were setting up the children to succeed, right? You're setting the children up to succeed. There's a plan for that, okay? All the things that you do to set up a classroom to be successful, be ran successfully, is all strategic. You put the tables a certain way. You put book center may not be, with block center because of the noise level. All of these things are strategic. So we get that when it comes to setting up things for the children. But when we talk about setting up your actual business to profit, it just doesn't click. So I hope that kind of analogy or example kind of, makes sense and kind of helps you connect those dots there. Okay. So the second thing is that this is one that's very easy, y'all. Some of this stuff is really easy. Okay. I'm not going to say all of it's easy, but a lot of it is just kind of simple. So the second thing to know if your childcare business set up to profit is that your bank account has money in it from last month. So profit, okay, is very simple. So you can actually look right now. You can go look at your bank statement. You can go look at your bank statement and look at that ending balance. Okay. And let me just say this too. You need to be having two separate accounts. So it should not be mixed with your personal account. You should have a personal account and a business account. And technically you should have an account for taxes. Okay. So the way I had mine set up, I had 3 different accounts: personal. And this is when I ran it as a family childcare home and a center base, but I had my personal account. I had my business account, and then I had my tax account. Okay. So, but your bank account, look at the pull out a statement, your bank statement, that ending balance that's in your business account, that was profit. Okay. Now, if that's 0 or negative, then you didn't make anything. You didn't profit. Okay. And so, how do you know if your childcare business is set up to profit? Your bank account will just tell you that. If there's money in the bank from last month, then you profited. If it's not, then you didn't. If there's money in the bank, then there's something that you are doing that's right. There is something that you do have something set up and your childcare business is profiting. And so that's very simple. I mean, like I feel like I want to go on more with that, but I don't really think there's anything else I can say about that because it's this proof in the pudding, right? Money's in the bank, from last month, then that's just it. You're making a profit. Okay. The third thing is that you have money in your business bank account and in your personal bank account from your business. So let me say that again. So you have money not only in your business bank account, but you have money in your personal banking account, which means that you got paid. Okay. And if those are really good indicators that your business is set up to profit. So, as a business, you have to be profiting, period. I remember I did a Facebook, it was a Facebook ad I was running for a webinar, and got a lot of comments on there. And I got one comment from somebody, and she was very upset. She was very, she didn't like the fact of what the webinar was about. Now, the webinar was about childcare business branding and marketing. Those of you that's been a part of the CST community for a while, you might remember that. Childcare business branding and marketing. And I was talking about the fact about, how to brand yourself, market, and all that kind of stuff to make money in your business. And so she wrote on there, she said, you know what? She said, I think that we just need to quit talking about money and we just need to focus on the kids. When we start talking about money, it just takes the focus off the kids. And I replied back, very kindly and nicely, but I just said, well, that's just so wrong, because we have to have money to make sure these kids have what they need. You need to have money in your childcare business to make sure that the kids have what they need. We have to talk about it. You got to focus on it, right? I mean, it's no different than running a household. It's just like, I have a 3-year-old. So, I mean, if I start running out of money here to take care of her, I can't buy clothes for her. I can't, I won't be able to feed her. It's no different. Money allows you to provide not just any care, because anybody can do that. Anybody can open up a daycare at their home, or they can open up a center and they can just, put some kids in like sardines and just make sure that they're safe, which is just babysitting. Like anybody can do that. But to provide quality care, then that's where the rubber meets the road. And a part of quality is making sure that you can afford to, have the right equipment, afford when curriculums change and when things get updated, that you can afford that for the children. I remember when I started out, the computers wasn't wasn't around. Now, there's all kinds of different ways that STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, stuff like that. There's all kinds of ways that, that children learn. And if you don't have the money to be able to, provide these things into your program, then your business is going to be, it's going to stay behind. You're going to be behind. You're going to be behind the times, right? You will be like, walking into a program that's still got the 1980s computer when we're all on iPads and things like that. And so, hey, Kim, how are you? So you have to, we got to talk about it, you guys. We have to talk about it. And you, as the childcare business owner, has to be conscious of your money. You got to be conscious of the fact if you're profiting or not profiting. That's it. And you guys have heard me say this, but for those of you that may be new, let me just tell you right up front. If you are not running a profitable business, I'm going to tell you what you're running. You're running an expensive hobby. That's what you're doing. If you're not getting paid and your business is, you're not able to put money back into your business, you guys, you are running nothing but an expensive hobby. That's it. That's it. No different than you would be crafting or, I don't know, whatever, there's all kind of hobbies out there, right? That's what you're doing. Hello, Aisha. How are you? I don't think I've seen you this year. Hope everything's going good with you. But that's just what you're doing. Okay. Profit is something that you plan to do. It doesn't just happen, you guys. So this really hits home for me personally, because for us in our household here, we have really, really been trying to move towards being debt free. And there's a lot of things that I guess before we moved into that mentality, just, really just watching what we spend and making sure we have a budget and that every dollar has a name. I didn't really understand that. And so it just makes a lot of sense for me, I guess now, just because, our lifestyle has changed. But good to hear that, Aisha. But you actually literally, you have to plan to profit. It will not happen just because you've got enrollment, just because you've got, the kids coming in, just because everything, it just won't happen. Why is that? Money is like, it's like a horse, okay? It's like a wild horse, not even not a tamed one, but a wild horse. If you do not tell that money where to go, it will go wherever it pleases. It will slip right through your fingers and it's just gone. And we've all been there. We have all been there where it's like, you look back over the year or over the last few months, and you actually sit down and you look at your finances, your childcare business finances, and you look at how much money you made. And then you're like, oh my goodness, we had this much money was coming in. Where did it go? Right? You have to plan to profit. It is not something that just is going to happen. You got to make it happen. Okay. And there's a lot that goes into that, that we could even go into, but you do have to plan to profit. And every time you look at your bank account and there is money in there, this is a form of automation. Planning to profit is a form of automation, because what happens is that you have things in place that will stop you from purchasing something that you shouldn't be purchasing because you don't have the money. Or you'll have things in place that will stop you from purchasing something that you don't need. Because sometimes you may have the money, but you may not need that, right? And so, I think we'll be talking about this in in the webinar trainings I'll be doing. But you just have to you have to plan to profit. And so, okay, I'm looking at Kim says a big cup of coffee. Actually, I'm drinking water in this. You know what, Kim? I'm not a coffee drinker. I love the smell of it. We don't even have a coffee pot here, but I told my husband, I was like, maybe we should get one and just brew some coffee in the mornings, just because I do love the smell of it. But I like hot apple cider and hot cocoa. And every now and then I like coffee. But anyway, just commenting on what you just said there. So anyway, you guys, listen, that's really all I have for today. What I want you to take away from this, and we're going to be getting deeper into this month, is that you do have to plan for profit. And if you're not planning for profit, it's just not going to happen. Okay. money will just slip away. And the next thing you know, you look up and you're like, how come I can't afford this? Or how come, we don't have the money for this, or, X, Y, and Z. And a lot of it is just because you didn't plan to. You didn't plan to afford it. Okay. So what I need for you guys to do is I need for you to, for those of you that are not a part of my community, if you're new to Childcare Success Tools. Oh, and I forgot, for those of you watching from YouTube, I just definitely want to say welcome. Thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, be sure that you do that. There should be a subscribe button somewhere, probably above you. And beside that or near that is going to be a little bell notification. Be sure that you click on that so that you can be notified whenever these videos get uploaded to my YouTube channel. And for those of you that are just kind of joining CST, you're new to my Facebook business page, be sure you join us in the community, because this is where I actually do every month. I do a free webinar training that is packed with value. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm not about the fluff stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not about, the shiny objects and just giving out things just to kind of, fluff it and make things look good. But the webinar trainings that I do are valuable stuff. They're things that they're actionable things you can actually take back with you in your childcare program or business. And so, but I only do those in my private Facebook group community. That's where I do them. It's just a whole lot easier. That's where everybody is at. And so instead of me having them all over here and all over there, it's just easier for me to just jump in there and do them in there. So with that being said, if you're not a part of the community, be sure that you join us over. I don't even know how many's in there now, y'all. I want to say, I think I am close to 1,000. And so it's a growing community of childcare owners, it's a mix. So it's those that are trying to get started and those that are already in business. And we've got some that's been in business for a long time. So you're gonna be able to connect with a lot of people in that community and just be able to also connect with me because I'm in there daily with different posts and things like that. So anyway, you guys, that's all I have for today. One big announcement I completely forgot, and I knew that was something and I forgot to put it down, but I'm glad that my memory jogged. One big announcement. So here in a few weeks, and I want to say that either probably it could be at the end of this week or next week, my wait list to join my live mastermind program, which is called Build Your Childcare Business Empire Freedom. And it's a live 6-month live virtual program where you get 6 months of private access to me. The wait list for that is actually going to be going up here really soon. And so I just want you to be aware of that. What I will do though is I will actually link the wait list link to this video. I may not have it down here today, but if anybody's watching this, like, in a few days after this, the link should be there. Hopefully we'll have it ready by Friday. And so this program, you guys, is where I work with owners one-on-one. You get 6-month private access to me. And this is where I actually guide you strategically. It's very customized. It's just an amazing program. Those that are in my Build Your Childcare Business Empire Freedom program is really, really, really excelling in their childcare businesses. I have some that are getting started. I have some that have been in business for a while. And it's a lot of fun. We work though, y'all. We work. So we do work. I work you in that program. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a snippet of what's getting ready to take place here at CST. Enrollment for the program will actually be next month, but the wait list is basically just for you to get on it if you're interested. And it's just so that you can get on there. And then I will notify, of the different things of when the enrollment opens and early bird specials and things like that. So anyway, you guys, listen, I hope you're having a great day wherever that you are at. And just moving forward, what I want you to do is I just want you to start being a little bit more conscious about your money. If you're not, be sure that you're budgeting and doing those kind of things. And then, like I said, as we move along the month, we'll be kind of getting deeper into profiting and overall just making sure that you have a financially healthy childcare business. So with that being said, you guys, listen, I'm going to jump off of here. go grab me some lunch. And I think then just kind of finish out my day here at CST. But I'm so thankful that you're here. If you're watching the replay, you have any questions or anything like that, be sure to leave those down below. I will be sure to leave any links that I just mentioned as well down below in the comments area or in the description box if you're watching from YouTube. And as always, I am sending you my prayers of success and encouragement your way. Listen, y'all, have a great rest of your day. I will be here every Wednesday for those of you that just kind of joined. So the last Monday, the fourth Monday of every month, I take that entire week off. But I will be here on Wednesdays, usually around this time. And then, of course, we'll be doing our webinar trainings once a month inside of the community. So, all right, y'all, listen, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to give this video some like, hearts, thumbs, loves, whatever, all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will see you in the next one.